You're watching Chat Connection, where all of your questions get answered by the opposite sex. I'm your host, Linda. Let's get started.
All comments made are the opinions of each respective party. We do not claim them to be fact. Again, we do not claim them to be fact. Enjoy.
So, Rick, how long do you give your spouse to get back in shape after birth?
How long would I give my spouse to get back in shape? Well, I think I'll give her as much time as needed,
As much time as needed?
Well, after birth, I don't really expect females to stay in shape, to be honest with you.
That is a hard thing to say, babe, you need to get back in shape. But if you really, because that can really mess up the whole relationship for a while, but if you really want to, get her back in shape, go with her. Just y'all two, let's do something together. That'll give her time away from the baby. That can get time for y'all to, get back together, rekindle some new things. It's just, just time to get it. And if you really want it faster, then you work it faster,
I don't know. That's not, to me, it's not a valid question. It's whenever, she should want to get back in right for herself. You know what I mean? It ain't for me. It's for her. So if she want to get back, looking sexy, that's on her. If she want to be, all childbirth, that's on her too.
Well, chances that she won't get back into shape she was in before, so I wouldn't worry about it. I really wouldn't, because giving birth is, it's a process. It's a long,
So I've heard.
It's a long process. And, after everything she's been through, you really have to give her at least all the time she needs. Because clearly as a woman, she knows what she needs to do to feel sexy, to feel, like you still find her attractive. So she's pretty much battling with that.
Once you get married, you're pretty much stuck. So whether you get back in shape or not.
Well, thank you, Rick. And, okay, let's say a woman gets pregnant.
Okay.
Whether she's your girlfriend or your wife, does she or does she not have the right to have an abortion with or without your permission?
I feel like it's has to have both of our consents for abortions, talk it over if abortion is what's needed. But yes, she would need my consent.
I would like her to ask my permission before. Not permission. I would like for us to talk about it first. There's other options other than abortion. Like, I personally don't believe in abortion. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I understand there's extenuating circumstances. Like, she might have health issues. Like, she might be sick. She might have sickle cell or some other things like that. That would possibly harm her. If she was to give birth. So I would like us to talk about it first. So I don't want to say permission, but I just like to have an input into it.
Technically, she does have the right. But I think I have the right to, as a daddy, to be informed of her decision. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the right to tell her what to do, but I have the right to be informed.
Are you intimidated about your girlfriend or wife making more money than you or having a higher education?
No, I'm not intimidated about that. As long as she knows that I run my household and I can assume the dominant role as male in my household, then,
So that brings me to the next question. What do you think about dominant versus submissive women?
To be honest, if you look at, the way marriage or families has gone on so far, the man is generally the head of the household. If you go to biblical time, he's the head of the household. And if a man assumes that role, then basically he will do what it takes for him to be the man in his household. That means protect his family. That means get up and go to work every day to provide for that family. If she does make more than him, it happens. So, but if she allows him to be the man he needs to be, then he'll be the man for her.
I wouldn't be intimidated at all, really. Me personally, I would, it wouldn't really bother me, or it wouldn't really matter who's making more, as long as we both working together to,
Achieve that dream.
Achieve the dream, pay the bills, take care of the kids. So it would actually turn me on. Actually, if she made more money than me, she might make it rain on me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, thank you. I remember that.
I think it all goes into a pot. So as long as I feel like sometimes, in arguments and stuff like that, people's true feelings come out. I think that's where this question comes from. So if, she might make more money than me, but if if we're able to talk about things, like, okay, I don't think we need to, purchase this right now. She's like, well, I got my own money, that'd be disrespectful. Yeah. Just like if I said the same thing, it'd be disrespectful. She wouldn't like me throwing it in her face. So I just think we should be able to, like I said, be able to communicate, about this. But I wouldn't have an issue with it as long as not thrown in my face all the time. Like, yeah, I'm a PhD doctor, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, whoa, nobody wants that.
I am not intimidated at all. This is a group sport.
Do you prefer a lady to have a nicely trimmed, au naturel, or completely smooth cookie?
I would prefer nicely trimmed. If she had smoothly cooking, you said?
Smoothly cookie, like she waxed all that hair off.
If she had it all waxed, it wouldn't bother me neither. But I think, nicely trimmed would just be my preference.
So nicely trimmed, do you do nicely trimmed to yours too as well?
Of course.
What's a cookie?
Down below.
I like it all smooth. Take it off. I like it bare.
And do you do the same for yours?
No.
If she asked you to, go smooth as well, would you do it?
Probably not. But just because I'm just not a hairy individual like that,
Okay.
You can see everything.
I prefer trimmed, nicely trimmed.
And do you do the same to yours?
Nope, absolutely not. I go natural.
So what if the lady wanted it waxed, or would you go to those measures?
You say she wants me to get waxed?
I don't want as much hair on her head as there is, on her cookies. I'd rather just, I'm shaved. Like, it don't have to be like bald every time. I understand, you can't get to it like every day. So I understand like a little bit of hair now and then, but just don't let it get out of control.
And do you do the same to yours?
If she would want me to, I would say, but if she doesn't care, then it'll be. It's
Why do you think men like receiving oral sex more than returning the favor?
I love receiving.
What guy probably does not?
I enjoy it. I mean, and actually for me, I really can't date a woman that doesn't do it. I'm just being honest.
Mm-hmm.
I do it, but it takes a little bit longer for me than
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer a woman to. I have a 3-day rule, but
What is your 3-day rule?
no, I'm not gonna go into that. But after the third time we have sex, head must be received.
Oh, you have a 3-day rule.
Mm-hmm.
What about
3 times.
what about the other person? How many days for that one?
That's on me. My timeline.
Most men equate it to being not clean. Because maybe they can't tell the difference between the vaginal orifice or the anus. And they see that approximate distance in between, they equate it to being, not clean. That's what most men say.
I play ball. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I guess I would say because our piece is outside, yours is inside. So it's like we're going inside your body, and y'all are sucking on a member outside of us. It's like sucking on a finger, or 11th finger.
Don't get me started on this.
I want to speak on behalf of the real men out there. Most real men. Female gives. Well, we receive, we give. vice versa. Let me fix that.
So on your timeline, but on yours, they have up to 3 days.
Yes. Unless
How fair is that? This is where the problem comes. This is why a lot of people, you'll find a lot of women that are complaining because, they'll, give head, but they won't receive it.
I'm sorry.
Well, I want to speak for all the real men out there. If you receive, you should always give. That's what I'm going to say about it. That's all I'm going to say.
Amen. Amen. What are your thoughts on dominant versus submissive women?
I mean, I don't know. I like to play the role sometimes. I don't really like submissive women because for me, I like women with backbone who's able to banter with me because I'm very sarcastic. And if you're, what was that look for?
I think it's I would think the dominant woman is much more wow. So okay, I think the dominant woman is much more likely to succeed in anything she wants.
I don't think any guys really like dominant women's or females, I should say.
Is it possible for men and women to have true friendships with no motive?
That's a good question.
I know, that's why I make the big bucks.
Unless you're doing this for free, though.
In rare cases, yes, maybe. But in most, no.
Why can't they be platonic friends?
Unless the guy's gay, I don't really see how. Unless, you grew up with the guy, then that's when that's maybe, depending on the situation. But most times, in my opinion, I feel like, a female, especially if you're in a relationship, having guy friends.
Relationship.
Well, I don't know.
Impossible.
Why do you say impossible?
It goes against the laws of nature. If you have a good friend who's a female, you like them so much, you want to hang out with them, go to the movies, go shopping, go do everything. And why aren't you guys dating? You know what I'm saying?
Is it possible for men and women to have true friendships with no motives?
Yes, it is. It is. It really is. I've got a bunch of female friends, and there's no sexual thing between us. I mean, stupid comments, but we're just friends. And if that boundary is a friendship boundary, and if you value the friendship, you won't cross it.
Thank you, Ryan. I think that's the first answer.
But the minute that friendship boundary is crossed, then hey, it's all good.